Video 12. The pros and cons of grid connected systems. Batteryless grid connected systems represent the majority of all the new solar electric systems in the United States. They are the least expensive of all the systems and require the least maintenance, primarily because they contain no batteries. In essence, the electrical grid becomes your battery bank. Although popular, they do have some disadvantages. Metering and billing in grid-connected systems. The idea of selling electricity to a local utility appeals to many people. But how do utilities keep track of the two-way flow of electricity from grid-connected renewable energy systems, so they may know how much you supply to them or how much they sell to you? In many cases, utilities use the existing dialed-up electrical meter. This meter measures electric kilowatt-hour of energy and can run forward or backward, that is, it is bidirectional. It runs forward when your home or business is drawing electricity from the electrical grid. It runs backward when the PV system is producing more electricity than is being used. Some utilities install two dial-type meters, one for each direction. Digital meters. In many new installations, utility companies install digital meters that keep track of the electricity delivered to and supplied by a home. Most states have laws that require utility companies to net meter their customers. Net metering. Net metering is an arrangement that ensures that customers who feed surplus electricity onto the grid can draw it back at no charge. If, for instance, your PV system produced 100 kilowatt-hour of electricity in a month that was fed onto the grid during times of excess, but drew 100 kilowatt electricity off the grid, there would be no charge for the electricity they supplied. Disadvantages of grid-connected systems. The biggest downside of battery-based grid-connected PV systems is that they are vulnerable to grid failure. That is, when the grid goes down, so does the PV system. A home or business cannot use the output of a batteryless photovoltaic system when the grid is not operational. Even if the sun is shining, batteryless grid-tied PV systems shut down if the grid experiences a problem. For instance, if a line breaks in an ice storm or lightning strikes a transformer 2 miles from your home or business, it will result in a power outage. Even though the sun is shining, you will get no power from your system. If power outages are a recurring problem in your area and you want to avoid service disruptions, you may want to consider installing an uninterrupted power supply on critical equipment such as computers or medical equipment. A UPS has a battery pack and an inverter. If the utility power goes out, the UPS will supply power until the battery gets low. Or you may want to consider installing a standby generator that switches on automatically when the grid power goes down. Here ends video 12, the pros and cons of a grid connected system.